Welcome to Comcast Newsmakers inside the Fort Wayne Museum of Art. I'm WTHR reporter Kevin Rader, and joining me now is the Senior Curator of Cultural History at the Indiana State Museum, Dale Ogden. Welcome.
It's great to be here.
You got to be comfortable. We're in a museum here, right?
Feels like home.
Tell me a little bit about the Lincoln display that you guys have coming up.
Well, when the Lincoln Museum in Fort Wayne closed in 2008, the Indiana State Museum, long story very short, ended up with the collection. Lincoln Financial Group, Lincoln Financial Foundation looked for a place to put the collection. It's a $20 million collection. We are in partnership with the Allen County Public Library in Fort Wayne and with the support of the Indiana Historical Society and several other entities. We ended up with the collection. We exhibited a portion of it in 2009 for the Lincoln Bicentennial, and in 2013 we're going to be opening the Lincoln's 5 Generations of an American Family, and it deals with a lot of the materials that were actually owned by the Lincolns. One of the strengths of the Lincoln Financial Foundation collection is that it contains a lot of three-dimensional objects, things like toys, books, a tea set, several different things that actually belong to the Lincoln family. So now we're in the sesquicentennial of the Lincoln administration, the sesquicentennial of the Civil War, and a lot of institutions are doing military exhibitions, they're doing political exhibitions. We're doing a personal exhibition.
Yeah, a little renaissance of Lincoln of sorts with the movie now. That is, the timing couldn't be better.
We're real happy with the movie. It couldn't have come better for us. We opened in February, and I went to the movie this last weekend, and I had to go to the second showing because the first was sold out. So we're real happy about the buzz going on right now.
Do you feel like in the showing and in the movie, we'll be able to see a little bit of what the real Lincoln was about?
I think so. I was real happy with the portrayal of Lincoln. I think his voice is well done. People expect, the voice of God to come out of that tall, man, and he really actually had a much higher pitched voice than most people would expect. He liked a nice little off-color joke every now and then. He wasn't above using an expletive if he thought he needed to drive a point home. I think some of those things make him more of a real person than some people. Lincoln is probably our most mythologized president. Everybody thinks of him as almost a demigod, and there are lots of reasons for that coming out of the Civil War. But I think the movie did a good job of portraying a real human being, a person with faults and shortcomings, but a mission that he was driven to complete.
Now you have obviously some memorabilia from his boyhood home. Obviously, Indiana's boyhood home. That's probably a big part of the show.
It's a little bit. Unfortunately for us, being in Indiana, Lincoln was a poor farm boy when he lived in Indiana, and poor farm boys, by and large, don't generate large troves of artifacts. His wife, Mary Todd Lincoln, was a very wealthy young girl in Lexington, Kentucky, so she had more possessions early on in life. With Abraham, really until he got to Springfield, Illinois, he just didn't generate a lot of materials until his legal career took off. And you have things like desk sets and other things that relate to his legal career. There's just not a whole lot of three-dimensional materials that really goes to Lincoln's life.
When does this start?
February 9th. We have a tendency to try to build our exhibitions around Lincoln's birthday. So.
All right. Dale Ogden, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
I'm Kevin Rader, and that's Comcast Newsmakers.